on the YouTube, so should take a minute to let us know we're in live on YouTube. We should be rocking and rolling. Good morning, everybody. How you doing? Happy Friday. Ben and I here, BSN live on our weekly recap. Oh, let me get rid of that. My apologies. There we go. See, it's been a minute since I've been on YouTube, but Facebook is regulating me a little bit, so we're going to go ahead and jump over to the YouTube channel and do our lives here, which we've been doing now for a little bit. Ben is joining me. Ben, good morning. How you doing, buddy?
Good morning, Manny. How are you doing this morning? Good?
Man, I am fantastic, regardless of what this looks like. My dog got a little crazy with me, so don't worry, everybody. Maddie's just fine.
Yeah. I saw that, and I'm like, I saw your live, and I called Matt the other day. I said, what happened to you? Like, I was worried for a second, like he got in a car accident. He got in a little, in a fight because of the mask. Maybe he didn't want to wear his mask. Like, Matt,
I got so many calls that people were like, "Hey, what did Patty do to you?"
And what was your story? What was your story?
The real one, or the one I told?
Yeah, you gotta tell us the story. You gotta tell us the story, the funny story.
No, really. I mess with my kid in the morning when I wake him up, and my dog is very protective of him. And I bent down to kind of grab him and wrestle him in the morning. And as I looked up, my dog just came in right at me. So I mean, he was playing. It wasn't he bit me or anything. He just got me. We were just playing. So looks a lot worse than it is.
Yeah. You're okay. You're alive. You're still breathing. You're good.
Absolutely. As many times you get knocked out, you still get back up, man. You're still breathing, right? I mean,
exactly.
The only thing it did prevent me from yesterday was I was going to go roll a bunch of videos to put on my YouTube channel. And I was like, these are going to be permanent videos. I think I'm going to wait for that to heal.
Yeah, I totally get it. I understand. So, good morning, everyone. Welcome to BSN. Matt, my name is Benjamin, and this is Maddie. We've done the introduction. I am the creator and main admin for BSN, right? BSN Group, and Matt is my confidant, my right hand man. He is. Some people are calling him Coach Maddie, right? He's Coach Maddie because he's like that baseball. We've said he's that baseball coach. He's got that voice, and we want to share what this group is all about and what we're doing in BSN, and to share some of the stories. And let me just give you a little introduction of what the group's about. We are a networking group. We are a group of people that are just trying to raise the bar in our lives, which is like if it's mindset, and jump in, Maddie, whenever you got it. If it's mindset, entrepreneurship, friendships, connections, and when I started this group, it was just it was more based on encouragement and getting support, because us as entrepreneurs, as people that are trying to just level up in life, we're going to deal with haters. We're going to deal with people that are not going to give us the support, and and that's okay. And it took a while to understand that, but there is a group of us. There is a lot of us. There's many of us that have something in our mind that's saying, hey, there's something better out there in life where I can't be doing this anymore, and I need to go out there and grow. It could be financial. It could be, again, we talk about the mind. It could be something where like, I just need something. I need something. There's something there, right? And the minute you put a thought out, maybe you post it on your social media, maybe you start posting about positive affirmations, right? And all of a sudden you get that one guy or one of your family members or one of your friends says, what do you think you're doing? You're just, are you trying to be Mr. Positive? Or I don't agree with that. And all of a sudden it's kind of like, and we get that. So
we've gotten that phone call. We've gotten that comment. Absolutely.
Yeah. And does it hurt? Does it bother us? You may say no. You can say no. You can say, oh, I don't care. But you know what? It does get to it. Someone that we know, that we've grown up with, a relationship that we've had. It could be your spouse. They may not say it in a direct way, but they can be just kind of just asking you questions, and maybe they don't know, right? So we have to find our voice, and we have to find our message. And BSN is a great group. We're a group of entrepreneurs. They're not a lot of anyone's entrepreneurs, but a lot of people just want to grow, right? In a certain way. And you're going to get that support and encouragement take it away, Maddie. What are your thoughts?
Man, you were doing a great job, because that's what it's really all about. When you start a new business, so let's go take it back. You get a promotion at work. You go and you get that next level up in your corporation, your job, whatever. You put that out there. A lot of people are supportive. Your family, they're like, "Hey, congratulations, good job." But when you put out there that you're starting a new venture, first of all, you're scared enough starting this new venture, and then you put that out there, because the way we do communicate this way is through social media, and you don't get that return back that you expect. Whether or not you're posting positivity, you're posting about your offer, your opportunity, the business, whatever, you don't get a lot of that support back. And then it's very difficult to sharpen your message. It's very difficult to have the conversations. You're not aware of how to really open up somebody and see if they're open-minded to have that conversation, right? So then it just keeps piling on top of you. You don't connect with people. You don't put yourself out there, and all you do is put out spam messages. And those spam messages are, "Here's my opportunity. Here's my opportunity. Here's my opportunity." And the only thing people hear is mine, and it's not for them. It's your opportunity. It's how you're making money. And then again, it's a snowball effect. And when I was doing that, that's how I was taught in communicating in social media. Go out, join groups, put your message out there. People will come. You'll be rich, and it's coffee and commissions for real estate agents, right? It's not exactly that case. As a matter of fact, it's quite the opposite. People mute you. People don't want to hear your message. They're not ready. And then you don't get that support. You put some positivity out there, and then you get that message, "Hey, what are you, Tony Robbins or something? You sound like him, Maddie. Who do you think you are?" Yeah, that hurts, and it knocks you down a little bit. That's not what this group is about. This group is about helping people, helping you sharpen your message, helping you introduce yourself, your opportunity, your business, your product, whatever, in a safe place. You know what I mean? We've all been there. We're not all going to do business together, but we want to see you grow. We want to see you connect with maybe the people we're connected with, and love to see you doing business. Maybe there is business opportunities, because this is all about business, sales, and networking. Everybody's on the same page. We're all running into the same challenges. Video is something that's new for all of us. Communicating through a primarily digital channel is totally different for everybody. There's no real school for that. You may be great personally on these social media channels, but trying to take it your business, that's what this group's about. Trying to help you, as Ben says it all the time, master your message.
Yeah, mastering your message, and that takes a while. It's almost like your life. It's almost like trying to explain to the world or to people that you meet your mission, your life's mission, right? What is your mission in life? What is your core values when you communicate with someone? Who are you representing? Are you representing a brand? Are you representing a product? Are you representing you? And it's when we talk about you, if I sit down with you and you say, "Hey, tell me about who you are and what you represent," it's very hard to put that out. Not many people can tell, well, but they can tell you about everything about what they have, about their product or whatever, their brand or their company. More, I would say most people can explain about the people that they work for, their brand, the company, than who they are as an individual.
Well, and that's one great point you're making, because confidence is one thing. You are now a brand, and now you have to have that confidence. As a brand new real estate agent years ago, stepping out, having that confidence to stand in front of a camera and say, "Hey, I am the best person in this valley, even though I'm brand new, to serve you," that was a difficult thing to try and do. You know what I mean? So let's take it to an Etsy store, and you're brand new, and you just bought your Cricut machine. You're ready to rock and roll and do some products. You're brand new. How do you have that confidence to talk to people about your offer? You know what I mean? And that's what that's about. You are able to talk about somebody else's business, or I was able to talk about concrete for many, many years, even though I ran my business, but I knew that business real well. As it transitioned over, you have to rely on your mentors or the people that you're with to have that confidence. And sometimes that's just not there, right?
Yeah.
You're on your own.
And how do we get that confidence? How do we build that up? What do we do, right? We need to surround yourself with the right people. You need to get plugged in with great people around you to encourage you, to support you, to give you a little insight, to watch other people out there facing their fears, to be inspired, right? It's almost like, because there's many of us that are sharing the same story. They're beginning, maybe they're in the middle of the story, or maybe they're winning, right? And sometimes it's even hard to share your wins, because if you go out there and share your wins, like, hey, I just got my first commission check, and I just paid off my car. You don't really see a lot of people posting their wins on social media. Why? Because they know that there's going to be people out there are going to be hating on them, or there's people who are going to be talking about them, or gossiping or whatever, right? So it's challenging. So BSN is a group where you can share your wins with others, right? You can come in the group and say, hey, you know what? Today I sold X amount, or I did this, or I had a win today. If it's in your life, or if it's in your business, or if it's in your job, or I got promoted. And one of the things is people, and there is, how do I say this? People, I don't want to say people hate on hard workers, but people will jump in when you're ready, Maddie. But if you're out there pushing yourself, if you're out there every single day trying to just do better every single day, you're almost like an outcast. Am I correct, or am I wrong?
Swimming away. Think of it this way: is you're in a crowd, of swimmers in the ocean, and you're the one swimming away to that wave. You know what I mean? And you see that wave coming, and you can see it. These people can't see it. They can't see what you can see. They can't see what you're building, and they're going to want to keep you where they're at. I don't think it's anything. Maybe there is malintent, but I don't think so. It's just people like that normalcy. People get your job, go to work, get off at 5 o'clock, have a few beers, talk to the buddies, go to bed, whatever. You know what I mean? I'm making this up, but but once you start putting that effort into other things, because you see that wave that nobody else does, that's when those people are just, I always call them anchors. They're anchors. They're tied to your foot as you're trying to rise up. They're just anchoring you down. And I've took the cutters, and I've cut a lot of those anchors free, unfortunately, and it hurt. And those relationships, they didn't grow as they should have, because it wasn't a mutual respect. It wasn't a mutual appreciation. I like cheerleaders. I'm a cheerleader, man. It's an agent in my office, man. He just got chosen to go into a magazine, man. Hey, dude, congratulations, man. That's awesome. And that's what you need, instead of the people that just want to hold you where you are, because that's where they are, right?
Absolutely. And in BSN, here's the thing: we are networking. We're meeting new people every single day. We are growing every single day. We've helped hundreds of people network with thousands of people. Did I say that right? I said it. That actually came out pretty good. And it's true. We have over 2,100 members, and our group, we are a membership group where you do have to put an email in. And the only way you can join is by the invitation, by someone inviting you, or if you come outside, if you're trying to get into a group, you do have to fill out a questionnaire to know. We need to know that you're real. It doesn't cost any money. It is free to join. It'll always be free. And with that, we've met many, many people. And what we've done is with one of our members, Angelique Delano, hopefully I say that last name right, and correct me if I'm wrong, the ADVC cleaning. I said it.
Antiviral and disinfecting. Absolutely. Disinfecting.
Yeah, they're a great company. If your home needs to be disinfectant, right? They have all the technology to come in, the light technology, the fog technology,
the hydrogen peroxide, all of that.
For the world that we're living in today, you need you need that done in your house. It's a must. So I'll say it again, advc.com.
AVDC.
avdc.com. And we'll put the link on the bottom of the in the comments there. But they'll come in and so anyways, we met Angelique. She's the owner, and Elric, her husband. They were members of the group. They came in. We helped them out with some little, give them some ideas, really give them some support. They we encouraged them. They came into the group, and with that, we've met a lot of their friends. And then also they've introduced us to new friends. So when we do a BSN Live, Maddie and I will have a special guest or someone that wants to come and have a conversation and talk with us. So we're going to have Romero. Let me see if I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm getting my notes out here, guys. Romeo Perez, right?
Yep.
I got it. Okay. Hopefully he's on. Is he ready?
Absolutely. He's right here, ready to rock and roll. Buddy, good morning. Great to meet you. And thank you for being here on BSN with us.
Hey, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm Romeo Perez, and I'm running for family court judge, and I just love the opportunity to listen to you guys talking. I appreciate the time to talk to your members.
Well, we appreciate you taking the time. This is a group all about networking, and as Ben is talking, we're just business owners, solopreneurs, employees, just people out there in the Las Vegas community, trying to just connect with each other, sharpen our messages, and the way we met you is just the basis of this group. As Ben was talking about, we met Elric. He busted in on a Friday with us and came on our open mic and shared his story, which has been amazing. He started an opportunity right at the beginning of the wave. We were just talking about that. He started swimming away, saw this wave of opportunity of cleaning and disinfecting, and that's how he has introduced his wife to us, who's now introduced you to us as well. So again, thank you for coming on and tell us a little bit about yourself. We'd love to know.
Yeah, Angelique and Elric are amazing, and I'm so glad that they when they told me about their business, I said, man, talk about right place at the right time, right? I mean, this is, it's not good, but if any blessing can come from this, I mean, it should, right? And Elric and Angelique are quality people. And I think that's what y'all were talking about earlier, when you talk about the kind of people that you want around you. Angelique and Elric are those kind of people. They're positive. They will always celebrate with you and not against you. And that's really what you want to do is surround yourself with people like that. Just before I get into myself, I have to comment about your confidence talking about, because I have a 13 and a 15-year-old. I have a boy who's 13 and a daughter who's 15. And one of the things I've tried to teach them, and maybe they've seen more of it in my campaign, is that sometimes you have to fake it until you make it, right? Sometimes you just got to walk into the room and look around and try to spot any familiar face and then just go, and you make up ways to talk to people. I mean, yesterday I got to go to a luncheon and I have my business card, right? And man, everybody knows the candidates are out. Everybody knows that you're going to get approached. So I try to find something to connect with. So I take my card and I see that they're getting served their plate. And I say, you know what? You don't need a card for a drink, but it doesn't hurt. So I'm going to give you this business card. So they're going to bring you a drink with that. And I appreciate your vote. And you're trying to find something, but it's difficult for sure, especially when you're starting out as a candidate, or even when I was starting out my business, is that you have to go out, try to make a connection, try to find something, and then you fake it. Because, man, it's hard to walk into a room of faces you don't know and to put yourself out there. And it's very vulnerable, really. But it's such an important part of the development of your business, because you have to make the step out, because that's the difference between you and your competitor. There are people who want to sit and say, well, I'll just wait. Let me spend money on advertising. But people don't buy things. People buy people. That's one of the gifts that I love, that I taught my Boy Scouts. I'm a religious leader for the Boy Scouts, and my Boy Scouts were selling popcorn. And I tell the boys, I have a big sales meeting before we get started. I said, boys, people aren't going to pay $25 for a bag of popcorn because they need $25 popcorn. People are going to pay $25 because they like you.
Right.
If they like you, they're going to buy you. And let me tell you what, our boys consistently, and it takes a lot, right? The younger boys take a little, some boys take to it a lot easier. My son is very charming. So he just kind of flashes the eyes and says, we're doing this. And man, he does a good job in selling. So, and
That popcorn is amazing, buddy. I mean, you don't need much salesmanship on it, but it's great to have.
it is. And like I said, the people just love the boys. Even if they don't want a $25 popcorn, they buy something or they'll donate or they'll do something because they like the person. And that has been my experience with sales. Is people buy people, they don't buy the product. So if they like you, they're going to want to do business with you. And I'm out selling myself right now. And as you know, I'm running for family court judge, and I'm walking into a lot of rooms where people know why I'm there. They're going to be approached. I just try to find something different to do. I've been practicing family law for 22 years, and that's why I chose the family court, because that's my passion. That's where I've been helping people for 22 years with their family court problems, but also their other family problems, because families don't come into court with just a bubble of their divorce or their child custody case. They come in sometimes with a DUI or domestic violence. They come in with problems with a personal injury case or a traffic ticket. So I have experience in all of those areas of law because I've helped my families in those areas of law. And I think it's important to have a diversity of experience when you're on the bench. You know, some people like to say, well, I'm a family law expert, and my opponent's not, and that's important. But I also think it's important to know families, and that's what I bring to the bench. You know, it's a diversity of experience.
Absolutely. What made you decide that? What was your decision when you said, I'm going to go into family versus going into other types of law that are out there being practiced? But what made you say, family, this is what I need to do in my life? What was that decision? Or what is there a story behind that?
You know, I've always liked people. I've always been a people person. You know, I'm a hugger. So the pandemic has been kind of rough on a hugger. But you know, I'm a people person. I'm a listener. I'm a good thanks. So I'm a good listener. You know, my license behind me says attorney and counselor at law. And really family law is about the counselor at law. People want to tell their story. People want to be heard. And I consider myself a good listener, and I like to help people. You know, I always fought the bullies when I was a kid. I was one who stood up for people because I was a big guy. So just by peacocking a little bit, you know, people would back down. But which was good because I wasn't really a good fighter. But the fact is when I got into practicing law, I took on a few family law cases. I took on some criminal cases. Early on, I did some personal injury, so that I got a lot of experience in different areas. But I really found that I enjoyed helping people through some very vulnerable parts of their life. You know, other areas of law in the business or even the personal injury is a lot about money, but family law is about families and their kids and their money when it comes to pensions and businesses. And so I really took a liking to just helping people and comforting and then bringing them a resolution to what their problems are. You know, the hardest part about family law is being honest with people because you have to give them honest expectations. And they don't always want to hear that. And unfortunately, and I'll tell people, you're going to get a lawyer who's going to tell you what you want to hear, but I'm going to tell you what I think may happen. And I've been doing this for 22 years, so I've got a pretty good idea what's going to happen. So, you know, that's kind of how I went into family law because I enjoyed helping people and really got involved with the emotional comforting. I developed the temperament for it, I guess, and that's what I enjoy.
Take a certain person to deal with that, I'm sure, because there's lots that you're seeing.
Tons of dynamics.
People, yeah, and I'm sure those wins really motivate you to keep doing what you're doing. Then.
Well, in the wins that you're having are wins for families. You know, I'm sure, like you said a moment ago, being honest is difficult, and sometimes delivering, or you said resolving the cases sometimes isn't the easiest thing to do, and not one party isn't going to be as happy as the other. So, being that person to explain it and help people understand the honesty behind it and the why is so important. And to be able to connect with somebody you don't need that person that's so stoic and so set back and so I like stoicism, so I don't want to make it sound bad, but that cold feeling, you need somebody that's warm that can say, hey, I understand you feel that way, but I need to explain to you the way it really is in a way that they can understand it. And that's very important.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing about family court is it's not about numbers, right? I mean, we're not civil cases. We're not fighting about numbers or money or contracts. It's not criminal court necessarily because we're not punishing people. Even in the juvenile justice system, where I've worked extensively with, where the kids get involved, when juveniles get involved with criminal cases, that is about rehabilitation. That is how do we find the correction that the child needs so that they don't end up in the adult system. And all of this just takes a little bit of compassion, some understanding, and you can turn around a lot of lives early if you get involved early. When kids go off in a different direction, you've got to get them right away. And things are so tough right now. One of the things that we've experienced in this pandemic is the social isolation. We've got kids who are staying home. Kids are spending a lot more time on their phones, and kids are, on TV, and the phones, in my opinion, I hope it's, well, I don't know, but phones are just a gateway to the world, right? So you're basically handing your child the world. They can find whatever they want. They can see whatever they want. It's so important to be vigilant in what they're doing. And sometimes when we're not, they get involved in things that they're not ready for. And as a family law attorney, I see that when my parents come in and say, my child is lost, my child is not, doing these things. Yeah, they got in trouble with the law, or even in the divorce or the custody cases, because the kids get in the middle of these cases and they get involved somewhere else because they will find attention somewhere else. I've been able to deal with these cases, and it's really, like you said, Marty, is that it's about understanding. It's about having the temperament to figure out what the problem is and how do we find a resolution.
Absolutely. And I appreciate that. I was a youngster that the rails went the wrong way for, and I firmly believe catching those things early and having that rehabilitation mindset versus punishment is huge. I know I got hit hard when I was young, and that's what really affected my path to stay that correct route in my life. Not that we've all done everything right in our lives, but it really took out that apathetic point that I just didn't care and I wanted to care. So that's really what it was for me as a youngster. I know there's a lot of different dynamics, but I think that's huge. Catching it young and figuring out a way to speak to them to rehabilitate is huge.
Yeah.
I've come into a little personal stuff there for a minute, guys. It made me think.
Yeah, it's okay because I'm the same way too. I almost got involved when I was a kid. I was, I'm first generation American. My parents grew up in LA. The whole thing there. And then when my parents escaped the whole LA thing, we went to the Northwest. I was a troublemaker. I was just what it is. I rebelled, and I was very fortunate to have people come into my life and mentor me and say, hey, you know what? It's probably not the best way. And I did have, in the Northwest, they have this thing called community policing, where police out there, they're not trying to be the bad guy. They're just out there to talk to kids. And there were some great policemen that were out there that really talked to me and sat with me and had a conversation and said, hey, like, you got to be careful, son. You got to talk. We got to have a talk. And sat with me and had lunch with me. And I was like, by my point being is that just that authority and that respect for the police officer really, put little seeds in my mind to say, hey, you know what, probably better just not to do that and to do this. So that's you do have to catch it young. I do believe that. So
absolutely. We're at about 30 minutes here, and that was BSN Live. I wanted to leave some parting thoughts. Gentlemen, this was a great conversation. It was so wonderful to get to know you. Wow, you brought a lot of memories back for me as we're talking about youngsters and family and rehabilitation. Just all those things come to mind. And I just want to say thank you for your service. In what you've done and what you're putting yourself out to do. I think that's just an absolutely amazing cause, and I wish you all the best in your election. And I and I hope you get there, buddy. The election is what 10 days away or so?
Well, we're early voting now, so we're kind of in the middle of it. We can early vote until the 30th, which I definitely tell people you can mail in your vote or you can drive your vote down, which is what I did. Drive it down to make sure it gets there, or you can go down and early vote anywhere, any one of the early voting locations. Now, election day, you have to go to your precinct. So right now is a great time, and I know that people say, well, it's a 2-hour wait. It's not. It depends on where you go, and there's an app with the Clark County election. If you get on the app, it'll tell you where the wait times are. So you don't have to wait at your area. You can find a place that's got a 20-minute wait and be in and out. So I need your vote. I need your help. I'm in Department Z. It's a family court. So I'm on the third page of your ballot, and there's 61 judges to vote for. So you almost have to intentionally come vote for me. So I would appreciate if you look for it. The numbers that you see are criminal and civil. The letters are family court. That's where I am. I'll be in Z. I'll be the very last person that you can vote for. And I need your support, and I appreciate your help. Thank you for your time today, gentlemen.
Thanks for joining us. Thank you for joining us. We wish you the best. And how can people find you? Is there a website? Do you have a Facebook page? We'll go ahead and tag you, but is there a website that you have or page that you have?
Sure. We're at www.romeo4judge.com. That's my website. It's got lots of information, including my endorsements. And I've been vetted by a number of groups, civil groups, and labor and firefighters, and a number of different groups who've gone through the interview process. And of course, I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Romeo4Judge.
All right.
Awesome. Guys, thank you so much. It's a great Friday. We just wrapped up another week. We're going to go ahead, as you're watching this live, it's going to be posted in the Facebook group. We're going to get it over there. Maddie will get back in there. We'll be seeing you soon. Maddie will get more involved so you can see my face a little bit more often, but right now I'm a little bit behind the scenes. Thank you all for your participation, your support, your encouragement, being members here. And we thank you very much. All right, everybody. Take care as we roll into the weekend. Remember, as always, slay the day, folks. Take care, everyone.